Welcome to The Explainer. Sometimes you hear about a new technology that just sounds impossible, like it's been ripped right out of a sci-fi movie. Well, today, that's exactly what we're talking about.
And get this was the actual headline from an article about it. And you know what? As we're about to see, they're not really exaggerating.
So let's dive right in. Section 1. Sci-fi becomes reality.
Okay, just take a look at this. Chinese researchers are working on a humanoid robot designed to carry a human pregnancy. And yeah, you heard me right. The idea is for this robot to handle the entire process from fertilization all the way to birth. It's a wild concept.
I mean, the ambition here is just staggering, right? The company behind this, Kaiwa Technology, isn't just trying to solve one little piece of the puzzle. No, they're combining a humanoid robot with something called artificial womb technology. Their goal? To handle the whole shebang, the entire pregnancy, from start to finish, all in one self-contained system.
Okay, so the big question is, how on earth could this even work? Well, the key, the real heart of this machine, is the artificial womb.
So what is an artificial womb anyway? Well, it's basically a device that allows for what scientists call extracorporeal pregnancy. Fancy term, right? All it really means is growing a fetus completely outside of the body of an organism that would normally carry it.
The whole process is designed to copy nature as closely as it possibly can. So, step 1, an embryo is placed inside this artificial womb. That womb is filled with a kind of artificial amniotic fluid. Then, a special tube kicks in, providing all the necessary nutrients and everything else the embryo needs to grow. The system is meant to fully mimic the biological process from beginning to end.
All right, so we've covered the how, but that brings up an even bigger question. Why? I mean, why build something like this in the first place? Well, the answer isn't just about pushing scientific boundaries. It's actually rooted in a very real and growing societal crisis.
So, why is this technology being developed right now? Is it just a case of scientists doing something cool because they can? The answer is a definite no. There's actually a pretty powerful social reason driving all of this research.
And that reason comes down to this number, 18%. Just let that sink in for a second. According to the source material, that's the current infertility rate in China. That's a huge number, and it represents a massive national challenge.
So you see, this isn't just some science experiment happening in a lab for fun. Researchers are actively trying to engineer a solution to a really widespread and deeply human problem. And to put the scale of this into perspective, the issue has become so significant that some Chinese cities are now actually offering state support for things like artificial insemination. That really tells you just how seriously this is being taken.
Now, as you can probably guess, a technology this revolutionary is kicking up a ton of debate. So let's get into it, the hope and the concern. It really boils down to two very different ways of looking at this. On one hand, you have the new hope perspective. For individuals and couples who can't conceive, this could be a game-changing path to parenthood. But on the other hand, you have these really profound questions. For many, this opens up a total Pandora's box of ethical, scientific, and legal debates. I mean, what are the societal implications if you can completely separate pregnancy from the human body? That's a huge question.
And make no mistake, this isn't some fringe argument happening in a corner. The announcement of this work has sparked a massive debate pretty much everywhere. And why? Because it forces us to confront some of our most basic ideas about life, family, and, well, creation itself.
So, where does this all go from here? Are we really on the verge of redefining creation? Let's look at the timeline.
This idea didn't just pop up overnight. A huge step forward happened back in 2017 when scientists managed to keep a lamb embryo developing for 4 weeks in an external artificial system. So fast forward to today, and Kaiwa Technology is trying to take that idea all the way. And they have a pretty bold target. They expect to unveil their first prototype to the public in 2026. That's not that far away.
And this isn't just some abstract concept either. They're already thinking about the price tag. The planned commercial price for one of these robots is reportedly around $14,000. Suddenly, this super futuristic idea gets very real, very fast when you put a number on it.
So, as this technology inches closer and closer from science fiction to actual reality, it forces all of us to ask some really big questions. This isn't just about science anymore. It's about what comes next for society. How will technology like this fundamentally change the very meaning of family? Honestly, that's a conversation we're all going to be having for a long, long time. Thanks for watching The Explainer.